Who bit the apple first? Was it red or was it green? Was it even an apple?
This podcast redefines your perspective and all you've been taught about life.
How, you may ask?
About delving into reality, the culprit that has been shaping your thinking.
You're listening to Eve and Eve with Ashika Sachet.
And your girl, Cristale.
I'm not currently cuffing anybody during cuffing season. I just rotate through the same couple of men that I've been dealing with. So my side nigga, maybe Chicago Bay if he come back around. And that's about it. I don't know, like, I don't feel like getting to know anybody new right now. I mean, we all know it's about to get cold in the Midwest, so of course you want somebody to cuddle up with and have movie dates with and just be laid up with, but I really been on my grind.
Thanks for tuning in to another dope episode on Eve and Eve Podcast. We are your hosts, Ashika Sachet and Cristale.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without another dope episode to listen to. We shouldn't have left you. What up, virtual homies?
Yo, and make sure you head over to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter to let us know what you think about today's podcast at EVE Podcast.
That's Eve Podcast. And while you at it, drop your selfie because it's time for us to meet just like y'all met us. Hashtag it, virtual homies. We gotta see them selfies. It's about that time, y'all.
We want to see who you are. So today's episode is inspired by a virtual homie, which is pretty dope because we always ask for people to write in and let us know what they want to hear about. So we received a DM and someone was asking, what is cuffing season? Now initially I'm all like, well, I know what it is, like I'm all thorough about it, whatever. Then I asked Cristale, and she isn't as informed about cuffing season.
No, I'm not, because at the end of the day, I don't subscribe to cuffing season. Maybe I was in cuffing season and didn't know it. So I had to do my homework because I don't really know the ins and out of cuffing season the way that I should. Because clearly you're the expert.
I am not. But it can be dangerous if you don't know about cuffing season. Like, you can literally be in cuffing season and not know it.
So what is cuffing season?
And you know what? That is actually a good question. Which brings me to today's topic, today's question. And listen carefully. What are the top 3 secrets to cuffing season?
Uno, dos, tres.
Telemundo.
That is perfect because there is so much information on the cuffing season on Googling, and the top 3 secrets is good because we're not going to tell everything. We're just going to tell the top 3.
Right, free game.
Right.
Free game.
And at the end of the day, if you feel like these 3 are your 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever, let us know. Hashtag it. Episode 3, hashtag Eve and Eve Podcast. Let us know. We are for the people. This is our podcast, y'all.
Right. So if our top 3 doesn't fall within your top 3, then let us know what your top 3 are.
So what is cuffing season then?
Okay. So I went to the Urban Dictionary. And shout out to Sheila. That's where she got her start.
Okay, Robert.
But according to the Urban Dictionary, cuffing season is during the fall and winter months, people who would normally rather be single or promiscuous find themselves, along with the rest of the world, desiring to be cuffed or tied down by a serious relationship. The cold weather and indoor activity causes singles to become lonely, and desperate to be cuffed.
Lonely and desperate to be cuffed.
Oh,
That
man.
sounds very just despicable. I don't want to be in no season where I'm all lonely and desperate, all because it's cold outside. But that is the case. This
cuffing
what
season.
happens. So I actually looked online. I found a chart. It's plenty of charts out here that talks about cuffing season, like hella charts. And at the end of the day, went on Google. I went on Twitter. Twitter got a hell of a lot to say about cuffing season 2.
What are the people saying about cuffing season?
What, on Twitter?
On Twitter, Instagram. I know I've seen some stuff on Facebook. I've even reposted some stuff on Facebook about cuffing season.
See, I'm not on Facebook, so I'm not even sure. But at the end of the day, I love Twitter because Twitter will keep it honest. They'll keep you laughing. And it's like, yeah. So, okay, let me just go on there right now. Okay, so Winnie at No Chill Winnie said, PSA, if anyone want a fake date during October, November, and December, we can go on dates like Halloween mazes and pretty Christmas lights. Hit me up. It's cuffing season. No one deserves to be lonely. So there you go. That's your PSA, ladies.
Or gentlemen.
Yeah.
No one wants to be lonely. But okay, so
Well, there's more. It's so many people talking
okay.
about it. Okay.
all right.
Hold on. So, Stacy Scenaro says, when you this tweet, this picture on there is like the girl who would look different in her tweets than how she look in person. And so it says, when you realize cuffing season is approaching and you don't have a roster. A roster. That is so important. But I didn't operate under the terms of cuffing season.
So are
to
you
have a
saying
roster.
that at the end of the day, you didn't realize that you were actually a part of a roster?
I had a roster.
But you didn't know that though. So that means you were probably on somebody's roster.
Well, I don't care if I was on their roster because I had a roster. And virtual homies, let me tell you, a roster is your starting 5, your top 5, your lineup, one of them will be your date, one of them will be your cuddle buddy, one of them may be your shopping pal, one of them just may be your conversational pal. You have a lineup during these winter months, these fall months, so that you won't be alone. Oh my God, that's cuffing season.
Right. So during like the definition said, during the fall and winter months. Now, I think it's only fair that we acknowledge the fact that we are in the United States of America, right? And forgive me, I just went to Jamaica. And
Wagwan.
Right. So I had to say United States of America. The seasons change for different states.
Yeah.
So the people on the West Coast or down south, your fall and winter months are a little different. So your cuffing season may look a little different.
Correct. So in the Midwest, most places in the Midwest is cloudy and cold during fall and winter months. It gets dark early, i.e. very depressing time. And you're more willing to spend time with someone because it's getting dark early. You're in the house.
You want to cuddle. You want to chill. So this is the time where everyone who has participated in Hot Boy and Hot Girl Summer, that just maybe wrote off their kids, whatever you did, you have to come back into the household now. And now you have to figure out who is worthy enough to come back into your house.
So before you talk about who's worthy of coming into the house,
right, I went way deep. Right?
Yeah, you did. Let's stay when we talk about the cuffing
well,
season.
I think people should have that expectation, but whatever. We're talking about cuffing season,
right? And let's talk about schedule.
So where are we now? Where are we now? We're in the month of September. Where are we now?
Well, technically, we're at the end of September, and we're now closing out what's called drafting. It's real drafting. So in August it was scouting. Now September was drafting. October you are in tryouts. So that Halloween party we were invited to, if I didn't know any better, Halloween parties is kind of like a part of your tryout. If you can come and kick it with me and my friends, dress up in a costume without acting all corny and fussing about it, then you can probably try out to be in the top 5. I mean, in the...
Okay.
You see what you follow what I'm saying?
I'm following.
So, certain things happen in October, followed by November, which is preseason. And what happens in November?
Man, look, in November, I get it. There's Thanksgiving. So if you do not make it to someone you're interested in, their Thanksgiving thing, you've been cut. Like, it's, cuffing season is over for you in terms of who you're gonna be with. Like, that person you are messing with, they have made a decision.
Right, and they have made the decision to bring somebody else to Christmas dinner, which is in cuffing season, December 1st through January 15th, per this calendar. This calendar says this. I know you're an expert. I know you know
I'm not an expert.
Your dates and everything, but I did my Google search, and this is what it said. It said,
oh my God, it's crazy how everybody just trusts Google like that. Motherfuckers don't forget about AOL,
Yahoo, right?
Bing, goddamn. Like, there's ags.com. Like, there's all these people, and everybody goes to Google.
You're right, but we're talking about cuffing season, and playoffs are in January. But I missed December. So cuffing season, December 1st to January 15th. Playoff starts January 16th through February 13th.
And that, virtual homies, just pretty much lets you know where you stand.
So if you didn't get a date for February 14th, because that's Valentine's Day.
Which is shitty, but...
Right, well, yeah. But if somebody is telling you, hey, let's hang out February 13th over the 14th, you're not cuffed.
It's over. And they're hanging on to something, which brings us to our top 3 secrets of cuffing season. Because, ladies and gents, virtual homies, like Cristale said, if someone wants to hang out with you on February 13th or February 15th, you might want to listen to these secrets.
Yeah.
So, the number 1 secret in our book is loneliness.
Yes, be careful of that lonely bug.
Because at the end of the day, loneliness can cause you to settle down when you are essentially not ready. So it can go with the weather or the situation.
Right.
So school supplies, that's rude.
That is rude. So let's stick to why people are lonely. You're lonely because...
You gotta buy school supplies by yourself.
No, you're lonely because hot girl summer, hot boy summer it's done in the Midwest.
Exactly.
And it's cold outside because we're in Wisconsin.
Or the East Coast. It gets cold over there.
Right. And at the end of the day, you're more inclined to hang out with someone. And if you don't have anyone to hang out with, then I guess you're lonely. And if someone starts to come around and they're giving you attention, and you're like, hey, well, what are you doing tonight?
Right. You start settling. And you can kind of know if you're settling, and the battle of the sexes can go back and forth with this. But if you are picking someone up from their house to come to your house just to drop them back off at their house, you're settling.
We need to make that an episode. Are you desperate? Have you settled?
Are you settling?
Yes. Okay, so
but just so y'all know about that, right?
Second secret.
This person, man or woman, could be holding up an image.
Holding up an image. What do you mean, holding up an image?
It's like that person who appears to have everything going for them.
But, like the job, the car.
Yeah, so like when they have to show up to this Halloween party. They have to show up to Thanksgiving dinner. And
they single.
But they're tired of hearing, why are you here by yourself? Or who are you here with?
Oh, when you gonna give me some grandbabies?
When you gonna have some kids? Or when you gonna get married? Like, all those questions.
Like, you're never the one that is taken serious because you don't have a significant other or a constant.
Right, you don't fit into what it looks like. So, they are holding up an image. Therefore, they will break it down to the draft. Now we got the tryouts.
Right.
And while I'm trying you out, I'm trying to see if you can just kind of hang with my family.
Right.
For Thanksgiving.
Right.
Like, can you get me through where they can see, like, I'm at least taking somebody kind of serious kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But not really.
Because after Christmas time, you basically can hold out for that last secret. But
the thing is with Christmas, though, pretty much people will hang with you from November through Christmas because you don't want to buy all these gifts for people. At the end of the day, like, you have to make a decision.
You mean from your roster?
Right, like, from your roster. You're going to pick one person to accompany you through this stuff.
Yeah. So you have a person that is basically on your roster, along with maybe 4 other people, and they're all trying out to become that person that you ultimately buy a Christmas gift for.
Exactly.
And you ultimately have a Valentine's Day with.
Exactly.
That's if you subscribe to holidays or whatever, but this is some of the things that society says that you've made it or you're in a relationship when you have Christmas holidays together and you meet each other's families and you are buying each other gifts.
Right. But the point is, you have to be aware of the motive. We're not saying, or I'm not saying that people can't fall in love during the fall and winter months. All I'm saying is that people are more vulnerable to the shit. And that somebody might literally just be lonely. So don't get caught up in that. Somebody might literally be needing to hold up an image for holidays. So don't get caught up in that.
Exactly.
And then there's the third secret. Tell them, Cristale, what's the third secret?
Tax season.
Oh.
Because
no.
I didn't went to Thanksgiving dinner with you. I didn't sat beside your ratty cousins who talk too much. I didn't sat next to Joe who slot when he talked. I didn't talk to your granddad. He was cool, but at the end of the day, I didn't went through all these different things with you. I even bought you a Christmas gift.
That's the key thing.
I mean, I probably wouldn't buy you a Christmas gift on Christmas, but that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is, now, what would be my benefits for sticking around all this time if I wasn't seriously looking for a relationship? Tax season.
Yes.
Tax season is my payoff.
Yes.
If I was just lonely and I was holding up an image and it's cold outside, my biggest reward for dealing with you all this time will be at least $1,500.
So, everyone, be aware of the fact of the whole, hey man, I need you to give me $1,000.
Let me flip that
Let me
real quick.
flip it, and I'm gonna hit your hand. Like,
Yes.
be aware that people have motives.
On guard, alert, be prepared.
Exactly. Which brings us to our final thoughts. Number 1, be alert. The seasons change. People change. We all change. That's just the cycle of life. So be aware that summer has ended and now things are changing. So someone's motive for laying up with you or pretending to care about you could be related to the seasonal change. And let's not forget that there is a thing of seasonal depression, which makes people more likely to want to be up under someone. Number 2, be prepared. You have to know yourself. If you're someone that gets hooked on someone easily, you need to be aware of that and understand that maybe because you get hooked on someone easily, you are feeling like it's more than what it is. When really, it's just cuffing season. However, when it's mutual and both parties are intentional, it can definitely be worthwhile. And you may ask how? Because just by having someone to chill with or spend the cold holidays with, someone who cares about you, even if it's just an illusion of a relationship, or a seasonal friend with benefit. At least you both are aware of what you're doing. That is perfectly cool. Number 3, be on guard. And by be on guard, that means just be aware of red flags. And no, not everyone that comes out of prison is a shitty person. But just be on guard. If someone gets out of jail, they're more likely to need somewhere to stay. They're more likely to need stability. It shouldn't be someone just coming over your house, someone just using your car. Everything should be mutual or balanced kind of thing. Essentially, let it develop. Let the situation progress. So do not fall into these things of cuffing season.
Stay tuned for Eve's struggle. Welcome back to Eve and Eve podcast. During Eve's struggle, we will read a letter from one of you, a virtual homie, needing our advice. If you ever find yourself needing advice, why don't you email us or join the conversation on IG, Twitter, or Facebook?
And make sure if you do email us, email your struggle to evestruggle@gmail.com.
That's evestruggle@gmail.com.
So today's struggle comes from Boring Becky.
Boring Becky.
Sheesh.
That's her name?
That is her name. So our virtual homie, Boring Becky, writes in and says, my boyfriend of 4 months says he's not happy sexually with us. Basically, we just started having sex a few weeks ago because I don't just want to give it out to any man that asks. And he says he wants to do stuff like doggy and for me to go on top and stuff like that when I think we connect sexually so well when it's missionary. He even wants me to give him head, and I think these things should happen when people have dated for like a year or more and are really cemented in their relationship. He even tried to put my legs on his shoulders the other day. And I was like, whoa, let's pause that one, mate. Continuing with missionary means we can look in each other's eyes and kiss and so forth. Why the hell does he want to turn me back ways? Where's the romance there? He also says I don't initiate sex, but that's what a man is supposed to do anyway. He started to tease me about it and calls me now and again Boring Becky.
Oh, that's hurtful.
With a distressed emoji next to it.
So what's her question?
I think her question is, she wants to get a better understanding of why does he want to do it doggy style? Why does he want to put her legs on his shoulders?
So why does he want to engage in advanced sex and she's not ready?
Exactly. And she wants to know, where is the romance in those type of sexual positions?
I saw a lot of issues in that letter. Join me, virtual homies, on IG, Twitter, and Facebook to talk about this.
Yeah, we actually definitely want to hear from you. So let us know. Why does he want to do that? And where's the romance? Do you think that Boring Becky is boring and maybe is being too hard on her partner? This concludes this episode of Eve and Eve.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We would like to hear from you. Email us at evestruggle@gmail.com.
That's Eve Struggle.
Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at EVE Podcast.
That's Eve Podcast.
Join us next week for another dope episode.
You heard it, dope episode. And until next time, walk in your truth and please trust yourself.